What's up guys, this is Sean and welcome to another episode of the Heng podcast, and today we will do an Asking Sean. We will read an email from Miss J. Hi, I'm 25 this year. Thank you for your informative videos and I really enjoy watching them and learn more about property. Don't know if you are going to respond, but I have a question and it is quite similar to this. But I am hoping to get a more personalized answer, and this problem has been bothering me for a very long time. I've bought and landed property at USJ 2 Subang Jaya at 630,000. Back then valuation was 720 about 2 to 3 years ago when I was 22. Before buying the property, I was just looking to get a duplex soho for my own stay / home office for my small business. At that time, the market price was around 400 to 500,000 for a high rise, as I thought it was more suited to the type of lifestyle that I wanted, and it still is. But I listened to my ama, akong, apo, auntie, uncle, ima, kuche to get landed property, as they have old people's thinking and prefer landed. Landed is more long term. Why not just top up a bit since you have the cash? Landed is more long term. High rise have oversupply and will depreciate. High rise will have to pay maintenance fees, etc. As a 22-year-old back then, thinking that their advice were for my own good, I brushed off whatever I initially had in mind of getting a duplex for my own stay purposes. After getting the property, I spent quite a sum to renovate and move in alone for a few months. It is good and convenient area with nice neighbors. However, I did not feel safe to stay alone as a girl in a landed, non-guarded area, although nothing happened. Therefore, resulting my whole family to move in with me, and I'm back to square one. I also dislike the fact that landed properties have so much roaches, bugs, lizards, etc. appearing compared to high-rise. The other day, my neighbor's cat even brought a dead rat to my doorstep because she likes me. I know it's a nightmare. I am aware I did a mistake of not renting first before purchasing, but what's done is done. Until today, I am still holding on to the goal of getting a duplex for own stay and home office use. I know it is not an option to sell out my current house. It's going to be at a loss considering I have just bought the house not long ago and also the amount of money I have spent to renovate. However, my house installment is at 2,007 a month. I really do not want to add up to the burden as my cash flow now is just nice. Still able to save up money on top of all my monthly commitments. Maybe you have some ideas about what are some of the options I have here, or I really don't have much. What is the choice I have to make? Other than that, can I know what do you think about the appreciation rate of such a matured housing area, such as USJ2 houses? Is it worth for me to hug my property and hold on to it? Also, it would be great if you know any freehold duplex layout sohos to recommend around PJ. Ara Damansara area, not too expensive and small unit will do. Is it the right time to purchase the property now, or do you think the property market is going to crash further because of the COVID situation? Thanks, Heng, and sorry I wrote so much. So first of all, thank you Miss J, right, for such an entertaining email. One of the most funniest email ever, and because of the context, right, and the image that she painted is so real, and I think most of us also can resonate with this. So just to sum up the question again, Miss J bought and landed property when she's 25. No, she bought it when she was 22. Wow. Landed subsale at USJ2 and then renovated, right? But then she didn't feel very safe staying alone. Then her parents actually moved in with her. But originally she wanted to get a soho where she has her own business. So she wanted to run it as a house and an office at the same time. So now she's weighing the options of what can she do and what's my take on this. So number one, let's address what you can do. Number one, the first step, right? Where does your parents originally stay? Because during 22, right, when you move out alone, right, where were they staying in the first place? I guess they have their own house and they want to move and stay in with you, right? Then now you cannot sell the house because they actually stay inside, then it's a little bit more sticky in that way. So that's the first question that I would like to understand further. And number two, I would suggest you to rent. First, I will suggest you to rent a soho, and there's this old office of mine, so it's at Menara Prima. You can check out Menara Prima around Kelana Jaya area, which is in PJ, and it's pretty secluded as an office, which is totally awesome, right? Just that the commercial area down there is absolutely dead. It's located in between Bandar Utama, Kelana Jaya, and Tropicana itself. So I think the location-wise is pretty ideal, and it's cheap. As a tenant, then it will be good, right? So I will actually advise you to rent. Don't make the same mistake again. Rent a Soho unit first, but then that will increase your burden on top of the 2007 that you need to pay, right? So third suggestion I would make is to speak with your family members. Okay, this is the most challenging part of this suggestion, which is like, can they chip in for part of the 2007? Before that, right, I think it's admirable that, and it's, you are very king in terms of affording a 630,000 terrace house at 22. Like, it means that your down payment is 63,000 already, plus the rest is like easily 120 to 150,000 cash. Like, wow, I don't know. So you must be pretty smart, and you are very successful in your business, and congratulations for that. So now the discussion you need to make, right, is that now in the house, how many members are there? Are there siblings that are staying with you? Almost similar to the first suggestion, right? If they have an original house that they move in to stay with you from, what's the condition? Is it in a kampong? Then different lah. But if it's within a city, right, and they just leave it there, so every now and then it's like a weekend house kind of thing, then hello, choose and rent it out. I'm just putting on that realistic person hat, right? So I'm not that inhuman, but I just put on a realistic hat, right? If the old house is actually nearby, can you guys move back or not? Because I am planning to rent a Soho around Kelana Jaya area, and I want to rent out this house so I can cover my installment. So let's say if I were to rent out around 1,008 maybe, right? So that can somewhat compensate into the 2,007 that you need to pay every month. Option 2, if you don't pick one place to stay and rent out the other one. So if you want to stay, you actually can. I will move out lah. So you moving out is almost definite. Just that this house you want to stay, dear parents, you want to stay here, right? Old house, we rent it out, and that rental I used to cover my installment. Sounds okay, right? So that is another option. And the third option is that if there's siblings inside that stays with you, right, ask them to chip in, because I know it's very noble of you and you're very good in trying to provide more with the family. But now you have plans that you want to execute, right? And you want to move out and you want to buy another one, maybe. I guess those are the discussion between family members that you need to conduct and you need to have. And I know it's not easy, right? So I think you will need to call for a family meeting just to talk about this lah. And things can be quite sticky, and I totally understand family dynamics. So for Soho buildings, right, and you can basically just type in Soho and your price range for your budget, right, and into any property portals, all will suggest out. And so in Subang, there's a few, like Subang Soho, the building name is actually Subang Soho, around SS19, or the one in above Empire, right? Those is the one of the OGs of Soho, and many more around USJ1, Kelana Jaya, PJ, a lot actually. But just that you need to settle what you want first. So in conclusion, I would suggest you to rent first, right, and then figure out how to settle the house. So it's either you want to rent out the whole house, then you tell that, hey guys, I want to rent out the house entirely, so can you guys move back or not? Alright, or if you guys want to stay here, it's cool, that old house you rent out lor. Or we want to sell that house, then you guys can stay here, and that money, right, you should really keep and whatsoever lah. You just get the conversation going. So I think that's all. I'm just putting on that realist, right? So of course, if I can afford, I am making like 30, 40,000, 50,000 a month. Okay lah, so I pay 3,000 to provide for the family, right? Feels very good one. Only when you cannot afford, right, then only things starts to get sticky, or you have certain family members are trying to take advantage and things like that, right? So all those are part of being a family lah. Okay, so thank you very much, Miss J, for the exciting email. I really do appreciate it. And for those who still have any real estate questions, do just email me at taniherng@gmail.com. You can just look for me at Instagram, iherng, and I'll try to answer as many as possible. So with that, see you on the next one. Thank you very much.